Rebels. So hopefully this is gonna be like the first official YouTube video. I did have a couple of other videos that I've uploaded, but they just weren't really like a video where I sit down and chit chat with you guys. I have recorded a couple of fashion hauls from inventory in my store, but I never got around to editing them because I learned when I studied broadcast that as much as I love to be on camera, I hate editing videos. So I have them, they're shot, I just never edited them. I guess if you guys want to see them, let me know and I'll get the courage to edit them. But I wanted to talk about today 7 reasons, more or less 7, why you should buy or sell resell items. I started Rebel Religion like 2 or 3 years ago. I was a nanny and a personal assistant, and I had just stuff in my closet that, I've always been the kind of person, like, I hate to get rid of things because we spend money on things, and even just because we don't like them or they're sitting in our closet doesn't mean that they're worthless. So I started just selling stuff that was laying around my house. I also had a huge house that my family kind of left to me, and there was just so much stuff. I couldn't stand the thought of throwing it away, so I decided to capitalize on it. So that's kind of where, it's not actually where, because it started a long time ago before that, but that's kind of where I officially really seized the opportunity and the idea that I had, and now I've been working on it full time and hoping to kind of take it to the next level. But I wanted to talk about the 7 reasons why you should also get involved, whether you're just buying it or you're selling it, which, by the way, even though I have a store full of, I have both new and resale items, but even though I have a store full of resale items, I still buy items from other people on eBay, from garage sales, from thrift stores, wherever I can find it. I still buy that stuff for myself. One reason why is because, like, the dress I'm wearing today is a Sam Edelman dress. I absolutely love it, by the way. And I bought it on eBay like a week ago for 20 bucks, so I'm super happy with it. I saw the pictures and I thought it was gonna be great, and then it looked even better on. So, like I said, even though I sell stuff and I know people are getting things from the same place that I am, I still buy from them for a couple of reasons. And the first reason that I buy and sell these items is because I'm kind of a snoot. Not everything in my closet is designer. I don't really have any expensive designer handbags yet, working on it. But sunglasses is one thing that I'm super picky about, because I think it's the first thing people see. I think there's definitely a difference between a pair of designer glasses and a pair of just cheapies. I've seen tons of cute cheapy glasses, but I think there's a difference in the way that they feel, and the way, like, not even just the way that they actually feel, but the way that they make you feel as a person. So, designer goods. I buy and sell designer goods that if I were to go into the store, I would pay a ton of money for. But, for example, I bought a pair of Prada glasses. I would show you them, but they're kind of over there. It's a little bit far. But I bought a pair of Prada glasses. They were brand new, nothing wrong with them. They were on auction on eBay. I paid, I think, $20, maybe $30. Love them, wear them almost every day. The best pair of glasses I've ever bought. And a couple months before that, I bought two pairs of Gucci glasses, both for 20 bucks each. I think after shipping, I spent like $48 on them. Also new, nothing wrong with them. So that's why I love eBay, because I can buy my designer goods, not even just eBay, but just resale stuff, because I buy my designer goods for a price that I'm super content with. And then also, like, vintage items. I think styles reincarnate really often, and there's tons of really beautiful vintage items that are hard to come by. Maybe it's somebody's had it sitting in their closet for like 60 years and like, I'm never gonna wear this again, and they decide to get rid of it, but there's nothing wrong with it at all. So like I said, designer and then vintage items, things that are just hard to come by at a good price. Number 2, the reason you should sell it, not necessarily buy it, but sell it, is because honestly it's good side money. When I was when I was a nanny and a personal assistant and I was just selling stuff on the side, like I was super excited to make a couple $100 extra, you know, even if it was like $200 a month or whatever, it was still something. And that was just stuff that was sitting around my house. It was just sitting there. I was never going to use it. The only thing, if I wasn't going to sell it, I was just going to throw it away or donate it. So I was super happy to make a couple $100 off of stuff just laying around my house. Number 3, and this is kind of with number 2, like it's good side money, but number 3 is it doesn't cost a lot of money to do it. If you have a brick and mortar store, you know, I was talking to my neighbors, they used to have a store and they're looking to open another one again, and they were selling me like the cheapest rent they could find here in LA was $2,000 a month. Okay, it doesn't sound like that much money, but when you think of the cost of inventory, the cost of like, okay, they have a space now, but now they've got to go out and they've got to furnish it with racks and with mannequins and whatever you need in a store, they've got to go and buy that. So it's a big investment, and $2,000 if you're not selling stuff is a lot of money. So it doesn't cost you a lot of money. I personally use eBay. I did have an Amazon prior, but I closed it just because I wasn't really working with it, and it was kind of hard for me to focus on all of these different outlets on top of everything else that I'm trying to do. So I use eBay for right now. It cost me in the beginning like 30 cents a listing, and usually it was for free because eBay will send out tons of emails every month. They want you to sell because why? Because you do pay listing fees on your listings after they sell. So between eBay and PayPal, I pay like 13%, which is kind of high. But if I calculate everything, it's really not that bad. So eBay wants you to post on their site because yes, they make money off of you doing it, and so they will send you free listings, and it sounds great because you like, you know, if you have 200 listings and you pay 30 cents for them each, it adds up. So they want you to do that. But the whole point is that for me to sell on eBay, I usually pay maybe around $100 a month. And the most somebody might pay is like $1,000. That's probably if they're selling $20,000 worth of stuff every month. But if you're just like me and you're just selling little bits here and there, $100, you know, and I'm selling more than I used to, because before I would pay maybe $20 a month or something ridiculous. I pay more now because I pay for the store subscription, and then I also pay some fee listings, so that's why my bills are a little bit more. But if you're just selling stuff just to sell stuff and you don't have like a store or anything, I was paying maybe $20 or $30 a month to have my stuff up there. So it doesn't cost a lot of money, and you make good money off of doing it. Reason number 4, it's a good way to shop conservatively, even if you aren't looking for a designer. There's tons of stuff. This goes also with number 6. So 4 and 6 are kind of the same idea. But it's a good way to shop conservatively because even if you're not looking for designer stuff, everyone has things that they just don't want anymore, that they bought and they never use, or that they use maybe once or twice and it's just sitting around. Maybe they bought something for a special occasion and they only wore it once. Maybe they never wore it at all. So it's a good way to buy things that you like or you need for really inexpensive, because somebody just wants to make a quick buck off of stuff that they're not going to use, like me, like just selling stuff out of my closet. I'm happy to sell my old t-shirt for $5 or $10, you know? So it's conservative. Number 5, and I think this is a big one. When you buy from small businesses and individuals, it really helps keep the economy running and growing. I shop at Target, I shop at Costco, I shop at some of these big box stores, but they don't really contribute to the overall economy as much as these small businesses do. Why? Because for somebody like me, I have a small business. What I want to do eventually with the money that I earn is contribute to other small businesses, to local farmers, to local artisans who are making candles or whatever. Me making little bits of money, I'm contributing to other small businesses, and eventually when I make more money, I want to contribute to other entrepreneurs and their business ideas to keep everything moving. So I think this is really an important reason, is just to support your local economy. And then number 7, And then 4 and 6 were also similar, but 6 and 7 are also kind of similar. It's a good way to just recycle. When I was in fashion school, I would watch so many videos of girls just going to the thrift shops, buying an old pair of Levi's because the high-waisted shorts are super in, and girls would just go down to the thrift shops, buy an old pair of jeans, cut them up, and make some super cute shorts out of them. So it's a good way to recycle. Also, I'm specifically talking on fashion, but I've seen so many awesome refurbishing videos of furniture, people just putting furniture on the side of the road that they're getting rid of or donating it to a thrift shop, and you buy it for like 20 bucks, you paint it, you sand it down, you do whatever, and like I've seen some really awesome stuff being recycled. So if it's a good way to be aware of the environment. So those are my 7 reasons why I think people should buy and resell items. The other thing is it's honestly really, really popular. I went down to Ventura Boulevard here in LA like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and Ventura is a wonderful street. It's basically just shops and restaurants, but they had like at least 10 or more resale shops. So I think it's something that people really like. People see the value in it, and I think it's something that's becoming really, really popular, and I think it's an opportunity that people can seize off of. And it's a good way, like I said, like if you want to sell it and you have, for me, I have ideas farther than just selling resale stuff. But it's a good way for me to start building a name, for me to start opening a store without investing a ton of money. I've gone to thrift shops and I've spent like $100 and come out with 15 different dresses, all of which are designer, all of which are like $300-400, maybe even more than that, worth that retail. And I'm selling it to people. I bought it at, whatever cost I bought it. I'm selling it to you for maybe 50 bucks. And as a buyer, you're super happy that you just bought a designer dress that was worth 500 bucks for 50 bucks. Do you see what I mean? So people see the value in it. And then as an entrepreneur, it's a good way to start something without investing a ton of money. So I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want to see the fashion hauls, or maybe, kind of what I have in my inventory, I sell jewelry, I sell accessories, I sell handbags, everything, and not everything is resale. I do have a ton of new stuff, but resale is kind of like, it was just kind of my end, and it's something that I do for extra, that I enjoy to do it. So again, I hope you guys like this video. Please comment, subscribe, whatever y'all YouTubers do. I'm kind of new to it. I watch YouTube videos, but I'm kind of new to actually starting my YouTube channel. But follow me on Instagram because that's my favorite source to use. I'll put all of my information below. XOXO. I hope to see you guys again soon.